I stayed in hotel for 21 days.
See the world,
experiencing different kind of culture,
which also provide more opportunities to me than I study domestically.
It makes me more independent. For example, I used to be very shy, but now I think I'm not that shy and I'm more outgoing.
Quality of the university education in the US is better, and getting into the universities is a little bit easier than getting into the Chinese universities.
Actually, my parents make that decision for me, and I don't have any preference.
I didn't really prepare much except for the language courses.
So at first I was really struggle at English. Although now I'm still not perfect in English, but I was trying to improve it.
I decided to study abroad when I was in 10th grade. So it's pretty late, but I think it's not very difficult. Just study more English.
I studied in an international high school. There are only 3 years in Chinese high school, and I spent these 3 years to prepare for the ICT and TOEFL test.
I attend international school. We basically use the Western education system, actually the British one, but they are almost the same to experience like the Halloween. How do we do in Halloween, Thanksgiving? All of the teachers are from Western countries like the US and UK and Australia.
So I didn't go to the international high school like in China. I just went to the regular high school. I basically prepare like SAT like tests or TOEFL tests all by myself.
Seattle is a famous city in the world, so I expect it would be very many people and many cars on the streets. But when I actually came to Seattle, I found out that it's a quiet city. Like compared to the cities in China, I kind of like this quiet space.
Before I came to the US, my understanding, my knowledge about this country were mostly from the movies, novels, and then it did not really change much.
In my expectation, everyone will be very outgoing, like the Americans in the movies. But I think in reality, when I first came to Seattle, I think just everyone is busy about their own things. You need to reach things by yourself. Like if you don't know anything, you need to ask.
I would say pizza.
I love Starbucks
Burgers.
Maybe some really hot spicy food.
I really love the poke bowl here.
Tacos and also Mexican food. Since I had a lot of Latino friends and they recommend me different foods.
I think the challenge is the language.
The language.
Speaking English.
When I first came to US, I'm very nervous when I communicate with people. And right now I'm still nervous, but it's getting better. Yeah.
I think it's about the cultural difference because, for example, when I attend the Accounting 215, that class, all of the stuff are American companies and I actually know nothing about it.
You know, college in the United States is like we have too much freedom. Do your homework whenever you want or like choose to attend the lectures or not. After being here, I feel like I'm so like free. I don't want to study at all. But like after that period of time, I just realized I kind of have things to do.
So in China, the teacher, the professors, the parents kind of they tell you what to do and you follow their orders. They kind of fix a path for you. All you need to do is just walk along. But here, professors just, they lead you to a certain door and you need to open the door by yourself. And it really all depends on you, which is pretty difficult for me at first in the beginning.
I stayed in hotel for 21 days, and then when I go back to home, I can't leave my home for 14 days. It's really boring. Because in my hometown, there is nobody is infected by the COVID-19, and they want to maintain this number.
When I go back home, I need to wear masks all day because I don't want to infect my house if I was actually infected, and I need to take my temperature 2 times a day. I know they're doing this because there was a international student in Beijing. When he finished his 14-day quarantine and went back to live with his parents, they found out that this student is actually having the coronavirus, and now his whole family was infected. So after that case, the quarantine length has been expanded from 14 days to like maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yeah, my parents, especially when I first came here for the first few months, I almost called them 3 times or 4 times a week. I know although they cannot do anything for me, but they will always try to encouraging me.
My parents will be coming every day or the other day to ask if I'm doing okay in the quarantine.
My mom sent me like hundreds of masks from China.
The teachers and students in UW are very nice. When sometimes I need to like talk about my opinion and I don't know how to express it, the students will help me to like tell me what's the word or something. Yeah.
I have joined Unite UW at my freshman year, so they provide like many connection between international students and also native students. I knew a lot of friends from that organization.
I was taking like comparative literature with this generous professor. She is also a second language learner, and she says to me like, don't see that as a like difficulty that you will never overcome. It's just if you like stick to it, things will gonna be fine. And it got a grade on the class, so.
No, I don't think so.
I never eat dogs or bats before.
Bats, seriously? Like, I'm terrified just to look at them. Like, those are not normal food, okay?
For all the people around me, nothing eating wild animals. That's too crazy for me.
But I really heard that in some place of China, they eat dogs.
I have to admit that it's a not really good culture in my opinion.
But it's the tradition of some parts of the Chinese area. So yeah.
The government is working on that, and they're not supporting that e-dog anymore.
I think now the government had made it illegal, but there are like all kinds of people living in one society. So if one thing is illegal, one may still try to do that and cause a really big trouble to the world.
Eating bats is like a specific thing for coronavirus, but there is still no proof like is anyone eating it?
Well, I can't represent the like whole Chinese group, but like me personally and like my whole experience about like of living in China for 18 years, I've never heard of them. The Chinese government have a responsibility on you of like, you know, taking care of you guys. I would say that that's the like majority people's thinking. There are other side, which is like
you don't study and you just wanna escape from Gaokao.
You just bring the virus back to China, like those things.
you studying in United States, even though you're Chinese, so you're kind of betrayed your homeland, and that's why you just deserve to be here forever. Yeah, that's kind of extreme, but that exists.
During the COVID periods,
This kind of people, they're very, very common, especially on Chinese social media.
Those people are hostile towards the international students, especially those in the US, considering the relationship between China and the US.
actually don't know. What do you think about us?
I don't actually know about those comments online, but like in my real life experience, that they're all just really empathetic.
Yeah, I think that's almost same as Chinese social media. Like two types of people. One is they really friendly, and the other they just criticize. I still don't care too much. There will always be people don't like you, but there will always people like you and support you. So I will just maybe focus on people who support me. I attended a petition for don't ban WeChat, since I need WeChat to communicate with my parents and all other Chinese friends.
Okay, if WeChat is spying on US government, then what about the other application from other countries? If you want to ban, you can ban everything just in case. But like, why are you banning just, solely for Chinese people?
It's ridiculous in both sides because China also bans the Facebook and Google and things like that. I don't think it's more like a racism, but I think it's more politically. I still think it's bizarre and I can't accept it.
So at first, it won't do any good, and secondly, it's really, really unrealistic to do so. It's actually somehow hilarious because I never thought anything like this could happen. I just feel like the world today is going crazy right now.
Let's be friends. Let's not argue with each other.
I think maybe some gathering after COVID-19 will help.
Talk to international students, invite them to meetings.
Hold some workshops to describe the American cultures, like you have talked about some stars, like the football star or movie star that we actually have no idea about.
Most of my Chinese friends in America seldom contact with Americans, and maybe that's because some language problems, like me, my English is not very good, so we feel a little awkward to make friends with Americans.
I didn't cook very often when I came here by myself, but now I learned how to cook a lot of dishes since I need to survive.
Hey there, I'm Helen. After seeing a rise in xenophobic comments online, I created this video in hopes to inspire empathy and kindness. Please continue to offer a listening ear to the marginalized. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now!